Alright, before starting my speech, I'd like to show you my roadmap. Magic time. Waiting for you. Negative observation. Negation. Affirmative observation. Affirmation 1 and affirmation 2. If time allows, underview. For underview, I'd like to pod check. Okay, I'll repeat. Magic time, waiting for you, negative observation, negation, affirmative observation, affirmation 1, 2, underview. May I? Okay. Starting my speech now. As for magic time, their warrant is unfair or something. However, completely irrelevant argumentation. This is because, for example, if soccer player says using hand is unfair, or so after the soccer game starts, it's not acceptable, right? This is because the NAFA rule clearly says that new speech in 1AR is prohibited. If judge or players change the rule according to the player's opinion, of course, it leads to the collapsing of the game. Therefore, fairness cannot be the reason. At least, they completely agree with the invitation mail, right? So they need to read the rule, and they admit. In such situation, of course, as long as NAFA rule prohibits in your argument in 1AR, of course, you shouldn't take it. Okay. Moving on to waiting for you. Waiting for you. As for waiting for you, they mentioned that Japan has potential to develop renewable energy or something. However, please check evidence, renewable energy 1, RE1. RE2. Actually, RE1 first. Under status quo, thanks to NPP profit, investment for renewable energy is proceeded. However, after plan, energy companies' total revenue decreased and renewable energy investment rather stagnate. Right? Okay. Actually, sorry. RE2 first, please. Please read RE2. Here, it says that the renewable energy equipment and storage battery, rare earth is essential. So we also need a lot of rare earths when we produce renewable energy, right? However, Japan is poor rare earth resource country, so she depends on almost all rare earths on China. But recently, China promotes renewable energy and uses a lot of rare earth. So there is a risk that Japan cannot import rare earth, which is essential for the renewable energy. And please read renewable energy, RE1. Thanks to NPP profit, investment for renewable energy is proceeded. However, after plan, energy companies' total revenue decreased and renewable energy investment rather stagnate. So actually, they said that and also moving on. They said that uranium will decrease or something. However, we have to consider the fact that we need fossil fuel for renewable energy as well. So there's a limit to both. However, the affirmative side hasn't showed the limit, the number itself, right? So in that case, please take the negative side, which has shown the exact numbers. Moving on to negative observation. Here they said that NPP rather caused blackout with evidence D or something. However, even in earthquakes, right, other power plants will stop, right? That's quite simple. And if other power plants stop, we should have multiple options. Maybe NPP will not stop in earthquakes. Some NPP will not be affected in earthquakes, right? In that sense, we should have more options in order to generate power and electricity. Also, they said that we could use the decommission cost for renewable energy or something. However, please extend my renewable energy. RE1 evidence. Because we have NPP profit, we could invest in renewable energy. Also, yes, and also we have to consider the decommission money is a lot, right? So in that sense, obviously thereafter plan, Japan will be financially insecure. Moving on to negation. They said that for weather, they said that hydropower and solar power could be used at the same time. However, that's just one example for rain, right? How about when it's cloudy? How about when there's thunder? How about when there's rain? How about when there's snow? How about when it's windy, right? It's not like all renewable energy situations can be used at the same time, right? So just rain, maybe they could use it. But however, we have to consider other situations. Also, we should have more options. Moving on to PPP. They said that for visa point too. For negation, they said that meaningless situation or something. However, please check TPP evidence. Actually, here, probably they said they wanted to shift to TPP or something. However, evidence 1 says that a lot of the TPP facilities are becoming really old, right? And also, if you finish T1, please read to T2, evidence T2. This talks about the air pollution and the amount of people that are affected with disease, right? T2, that's T2. If you finish reading T1 and T2, please note, judges, thank you. Thank you, okay. And most importantly, T3, right? Actually, because of the decarbonization trend, mega banks will not give money to TPP. Therefore, we cannot build TPPs in the after plan, in that sense, right? So therefore, we should have more options with NPP, because NPP is certainly the resource for generating power. After that, moving on to affirmative observation. Here, they said that the economy has no linkage. However, it's quite simple. Please just think about it. If a country's economy deteriorates, the country's power deteriorates. In this case, also, we have to consider the fact that MPP is profiting, it's a lucrative industry, right? It gives money to the Japanese government, the Japanese electricity companies, and it creates demand and everything. So in that sense, national power will definitely decrease if we decommission MPP with the decommission fees as well, right? Moving on. Evidence here, they said that Russia will revenge or something. However, simply just extend my point. Every country in this global society has a complex country-to-country diplomacy. However, we have treaties, right? Because since country-to-country relation developed, it's interconnected. At the same time, simultaneously, all these treaties, all these conventions, all these country-to-country connections have developed as well. So as long as we have treaties and something like that, North Korea will not all of a sudden just nuclear bomb Japan, right? That's not feasible. And that just will not probably happen. And also for affirmative observation, CISA point. He talked about, I think, the earthquake or something? 4.3. However, we don't know what will happen to the future, right? I think the round consensus is that electric power is the foundation, right? Thank you. So therefore, we should have more options. Sorry. All right. We should have more options. We don't know what will happen. Moving on to affirmation one. They said that the crucial point is that Japan has MPP. However, simply just extend my affirmative observation. What is the uniqueness of Japan having MPP? And also, they said that economic sanction won't be effective or something. However, the actual situation is that Russia is economically deteriorating, and also because economically deteriorating, the citizens there are mad, right? Because they can't keep up their life standard, right? And therefore, there are demos occurring in the countries, right? Actually, there are internal conflicts into Russia because of this movement, because of the economic sanctions, right? And also, moving on to the visa point, they talked about how the infrastructure will be attacked or something. However, we have to consider the fact this is just one option that Al-Qaeda or the other terrorist organizations looked at, right? Probably they were looking at other infrastructures as well. However, they just picked up one evidence that just says nuclear power plants, right? Moving on to affirmation two. Simply just extend my point here for affirmation one because no uniqueness. Other countries have MPP and it's just an infrastructure. And also for evidence, thank you. Yes.
For RE2 evidence.
Yes.
This evidence should say that there is necessary for solar power.
Sorry,
RE2.
Yes.
Right, so it means that for other renewable resources, there is not needed. This evidence just say that there is necessary for solar panels or something.
Not only for solar panels. Wind turbines, storage batteries.
Only such three methods means that
Lithium, cobalt, and etc. So therefore, we have more options, obviously.
So what is
Etc. Such as let's see, we have a lot of fossil fuels that can be used in.
This is evidence out. And for RE1.
RE1, yes.
So who is this authority of this evidence?
Well, Nikkei business.
In this English, in this evidence.
What? Sorry?
Sorry.
What do you want to make? Wait, what point do you want to make here?
So this also is written in the Japanese, right?
It says business Nikkei.
Okay. Never mind. And as for negation,
Negation, yes.
you show the base TPP evidence, three evidence.
Yes.
What is the second requirement? T2.
What is the second, sorry?
So what was written from the T2 evidence?
Is that actually, we're having a lot of emissions, like air pollution, from these renewable energy facilities. In this case, the coal and the TPP, right?
So what the
What we want to say is that TPPs and these renewable energy facilities are impacting Japan severely, as in like environmental aspects, and also causing diseases to the citizens, is what we want to say.
diseases? So what is the third one?
The third one is that Japanese 3 mega banks are suspending new loans for coal-fired power plants. So the top banks in Japan are making a decision not to invest in TPPs, right? And also coal-fired power plants, right? Because the growing focus of investors in environmental groups on climate change impacts. So we have a decarbonization trend that is obviously moving at an ING form, okay?
Okay. So what is the impact of the suspending?
Simply, you can't build renewable energy facilities, TPP facilities, as well as support them, that support the current renewable energy.
The actual impact is not written in this evidence, right?
No, the actual impact is written here. It says that mega banks will stop. That's an impact.
Yeah, just stopping. So you never mentioned that in this evidence, actual impact in this T3.
No, sorry, what? Actual impact? Oh, after they stop.
So I understand that some mega banks are stopped that suspend the investment.
Yes.
But after that, what will happen?
After that, what will happen? It's quite clear, isn't it? All TPPs are run on money, obviously, because we live in a capitalistic society, right?
So for harmony observation, you said this side of the atmosphere or something.
Yes. Yes. We said that since the global society is developed in a complex level, right? Complex compact. All these countries are having connections with countries around the world, right? In that sense, although yes, country relations may crash in some cases. Oh, thank you.